Hey friends, this is Away in a Manger in the key of C, and this is the extended version where I'm going to be layering in a 7 chord. So this is a really simple way to add in one new chord into your song. So these are chords that we have once kind of kept out of our simplified version. We take them out because they're often overwhelming. They're sus chords, 2 chords, 7 chords, split chords, and it often detours people from feeling like they can accomplish the goal of playing this style of chording. So we take them away and now we're layering them back in. So this 7 chord is so beautiful. So I'm going to teach you it. And then I'll also show you, like, if you just want to play the simplified version of the G7, I'll show you what to do in that case as well. So we are going to play C, F, and G, and that's it for this song. So let's look for the group of 2 black notes and then put thumb on C, line up your 5 fingers and play every other note. And we have our C major chord there. And then for this song, I'm going to play the F down here. F, A, C. The F is found to the left of those 3 black notes. Okay. And then our G is right next door. G, B, D. So whenever I see a G7, I often want to revert back to kind of what is the root chord that makes up before the 7 is added to it. So a G7, a G is kind of the root to it, which is this, G, B, D. Okay. When we see the 7 tool, what we want to do is apply the first of the chord down 1 whole step. So from here to here is a half, and here to here is a half. 2 halves equal a whole. So here is our G7. Okay. So we're playing F, B, D. Okay, so if for any reason you don't want to play the G7, that's totally fine. What you do is you take your pencil to your paper, cross out the G, cross out the 7 and just play the G by itself, okay? Otherwise, here's the G7. And it adds just a little bit of color, a little bit of depth, a little bit of mood to your music by adding these chords back in. Okay, so review. We just have this G7, then we have this F chord, and then we have our C. And that's it. Okay, so left hand is going to be playing single notes as usual. We're going to be playing thumb on C, line up these 5 fingers and keep this hand here the whole song. So when we play chords up here, we're going to be playing single notes down here, C to C, F to F. And then our G7 opens that thumb up 1 whole note, right? This is where it gets a little tricky when you're adding these extended chords back in, because you're used to playing this nice and easy G to G, right? They match up, they sound good. When you're adding this G7, listen for that change. Your ears are going to perk up a little bit. Your eyes are going to be like, hey, am I doing that right? And so you're going to take a little bit of time to get used to now having a different note here than you do down here, okay? And that takes a little bit of time to get used to. All right, so the rhythm that we're going to do is, this song is written in 3/4 time signature, so it's 1-to-3 ratio. So I'm going to play through verse 1 and then we'll break down that time. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. Okay, so this together, right rhythm works for this song, where we go together, right, together, right, and so on. You're just doing this nice, steady, marching rhythm. You could practice that on the C chord. Gives you that nice, steady beat to go, okay? All right, so let's go through it slowly. And if you just want to do right hand only and then left hand only and then bring those 2 hands together, that's another way that you can baby step your way towards the final playthrough. Okay, so let's work on C together here on the verse 1, line 1. Away in a manger, no F chord, crib for a, move to the C, bed, the G7. Here we go. Get into place and play the G in the bass. Little Lord Jesus laid, C chord, down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked, F, down where he, C, lay the... All right, so this line gets a little bit tricky because it's not this perfect rhythm. We have to kind of block chord through it a little bit. I'll show you here. So we're moving to the G7. The little Lord, C, Jesus, F chord, sleep on. Okay, here is the G7 picking up that third beat. The, and back to the C. Okay, so that last line's gonna look like G7 to C is gonna be just regular. And then the F and the G7 are gonna share those three beats. So it's gonna be asleep on. Okay, that third beat is the G7. The, back to the C. Hey. So that'll take a little bit of time. Let me just repeat that last line without talking through it. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. Okay, so lines, verse 1, 2, and 3 are all the exact same. We're just going to be repeating that. So once you learn verse 1, you've learned the whole song. So take your time, go through that, add in that G7, which is a really beautiful chord to add in. And take your time with it and have a lot of fun. I'm going to play it beginning to end, and you can play and sing along with me. All right, here you go. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the baby awakes, but little Lord Jesus no crying he makes. I love thee, Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my cradle till morning is nigh. Be near me, Lord Jesus, I ask thee to stay close by me forever and love me, I pray.